Hi everyone, welcome to Stampin' Storytellers. Today I have a fun fold card using the Coming Home bundle, the stamp set and coordinating dies, and the A Merry Hello stamp set. The A Merry Hello stamp set is actually a host stamp set that's in their current holiday catalog, and it is a great set. It has lots of images plus great sentiments. And my personal promotion right now for the month of November is that if you spend $125 before shipping and tax in my online store, I will send you this stamp set for free. Whether you order online on your own, as long as you use this host code, or you can send me your order and I can put it in for you using this host code, and I will still get you this stamp set for free. It's a great stamp set with the little stocking images. Then the Coming Home stamp set doesn't have any sentiments, so that's why I paired it with this one. And let's get started. I'll show you the card we are making. It has lots of layers of the Whisper White hills and the trees, and then when you open it up, it pops open with all those little images, and this features the Trimming the Town DSP as well. So this was one of our projects that we did in our stamp camp for November. Whoops. So this is what your kit would look like if you had ordered it. So I put in all the ribbon, little sticky notes on what you need to punch or die cut or stamp on each layer, just to make things easier. So I have a Whisper White card base that I will fold in half. And I'm going to start adhering layers first so that we get some of the extra pieces out of the way. So I have a layer of Whisper White that I've embossed with the snowflake embossing folder. I don't think that's the name of it, but that's what we'll go with for today. Then I have 3 snow layers that I have die cut for you. So I'm going to start with the top one and just kind of set them in place so that I know that they will fit without any lines showing. And then you can move them down so that they all line up just like this. So I'm going to start with the bottom one, and I'm just going to put adhesive along the very edge. And that will allow me to tuck the other one underneath. So line that up right with the bottom edge. Then let me put this one instead. Put that one down, and then the other one can go at the top. So I'll just tuck that under. It just needs to be barely under, just so that there isn't any gap. And then this layer will fit right here. There we go. And then I do have a little bit of overhang, so I'll just trim that side. There we go. So there's the base, I guess, of our card. So we can adhere that onto here. And I really like the look of all those white on white layers. Then for the inside, I have another layer of Whisper White that has just been embossed with that snowflake folder. And I'll get the actual name of it and put it in my video and blog post. Then on the other side, I have a piece of our DSP. So mine just has houses on it. And put that there. And this is all dependent on which section of the DSP you cut, because on this card it's the top section of the paper, and on this one it's actually the lower section. So this one kind of has mountains, whereas this is just the house background. But any designer series paper out of this coordinating pack would work. Then we'll lay out all of our pieces to stamp on. So I have a scrap of Poppy Parade, a scrap of Old Olive, and a scrap of Pool Party. So on the Pool Party piece, I'm going to use the Tall Skinny House in Memento Black. Oh, that didn't stamp very nicely. Let me just get a little added cushion. There we go. Then on our Poppy Parade layer, the, I don't know, the short and squatty house, again, just in Memento. And then on, what else do we need? We need the little tiny house, also on the Pool Party. And then we just need some trees. So we'll do 2 large trees and 2 small trees. Also, oh, I didn't want Memento. We're going to stamp those in Old Olive on the Old Olive cardstock. So I'll stamp 2 small ones and 2 large ones. Then we're going to die cut all of those out. So now I have all my die cuts done. The one other thing I was supposed to say is that you need 1 little wreath on a little scrap of Whisper White, and to die cut that out, and you'll get this tiny little wreath. And that we're going to color in with our blends. So it is a tiny image, but you can still get some blending with our light and dark markers. So I'm just going to color every few leaves with my dark Old Olive, and then go over the whole thing with our light Old Olive, and it'll get that nice look of the light and dark. Then for our bow, I'm gonna do the inside little section in dark and blend that out. So there we go, we have different shades of leaves and a nice red bow. Now we can do some more stamping. On a sentiment strip and a little stitched rectangle, I'm going to do so on our narrow sentiment strip, I'm going to do It's the Best Time of the Year in Old Olive ink. And this sentiment strip is just like 3/8 of an inch, maybe even less, 1/4 of an inch. And then on this stitched rectangle, I'm going to do another sentiment that's in the host set that says, "May your season be filled with magic." And that I'm going to stamp in Poppy Parade. Try and center that there. So we'll set that there. On this sentiment strip, I'm going to flag the ends. You could do this with any punch that will make a banner end. Yes. And then on our just plain piece of Whisper White, I'm going to stamp the small tree in Old Olive and some snowflake images in Pool Party ink. I'm going to stamp some of the snowflake images just randomly. Try and make sure that you're not doing them in perfect lines. You want to have them random and all over. Maybe one more down at the bottom. And then this is the piece that our little house is going to go on. So there's also an image that can be for the car exhaust or the chimney smoke. So I'm going to use it as the little smoke coming out of the chimney. So in basic gray, so I'm going to line it up and then move my house out of the way. And it's going to be about there. And then when I add my house in, that will be the smoke coming out of the chimney. Then once more with Pool Party, on this Pool Party layer, we'll do some more snowflakes just randomly. This is going to be the background for this image. And then on this one, I know that trees aren't Pool Party, but I wanted it to be tone on tone. So I'm going to stamp some of these tree images in Pool Party ink. And even some of just the branch section off the top there. And that's going to be the background for this little house. This is a die that's included in this set. And then I've also done the heart just out of Whisper White so that we can add some more color embellishments there. Then on this layer is going to be 2 trees. And this one is going to be on a layer as well. So let's get those adhered together. So I have these 3 sections all adhered together. I did pop this little heart up on a dimensional so that we can add some Wink of Stella just to the heart. And then the other one that I have ready to go is this stitched rectangle. I'm going to put 3 glue dots in a row on the back of that, and then the Poppy Parade piece of ribbon, I'm going to zigzag it. I just need to start higher. Zigzag it across those 3 glue dots. Which is apparently easier said than done on a video. There we go. Then I can trim just the edges at an angle. And then this layer will be popped up as well. And stick it onto that Pool Party layer. So now that I have 4 panels, we'll bring in this layer of Poppy Parade. These are funny measurements because it is 4 1/8 divided by 2. So this is scored at every 2 1/16. 2 1/16, 2 1/16, and 2 1/16. So that when it's folded, it will fold perfectly in half to match the layer on the inside. So this one, and I'll fold that back the other way. And fold this one. so that when it's folded inside the card, it doesn't stick out, and it folds in so it pops open like this. So that's where our pieces are going to lay. So I'll start with this one, and I have offset mine a little bit in that this one goes a little bit more out over the top than the bottom, and then this one will go a little bit lower. Oh, I'm still covering that, I guess. Like that. And then this one goes a little bit high. And I just found that that added a little more interest. When I had them all laying side by side perfectly, it looked too uniform. But this might drive some of you nuts too, that they're not all perfectly straight. So you can do whatever works for you. It's more just the width of all of the pieces that matters. That one's not even straight. There we go. So now you have this piece that opens and closes like this. When I bring in my card base, whatever we did with that, how I'm going to attach it is just put adhesive on that one side, fold it over, and then we'll do the same on the other side. So make sure you only put adhesive on that red tab and line it up with the edge of your designer series paper. So I've lined it up just on this edge. Then I can line up this side just by closing it. And you can check it before you really push it down, but it should line up really closely. And then once the glue sets, you open and close it. Really simple with a wow factor. Then to decorate the front of our card, we have these two houses. And let's see what I want to do first. This piece of ribbon, I'm just going to tie in a little bow. And when I made these kits up and when I had made this card, I had initially added a piece of ribbon across this whole piece before I glued it on here. And then I added this ribbon, and you couldn't even see this whole piece once I added all my houses. So I decided to skip that step and just do one bow. So you can do both, or you could do two different shades or two different colors of ribbon to make it more bright on the front of your card. So I'm going to start with this house first and tuck it in underneath that layer. So this is kind of the center of your card. And just so that the edge of the door is sticking out. Then this one, tuck that under, and that will cover that gap. Tuck that under there. Then I have a little tree. In between the houses there. And this taller tree I'm going to tuck under the back of this red house. Like that. And my bow with a dimensional. On there like that. And then my sentiment I'm just going to put at the bottom here. Just like that. And then one more thing it needs is some embellishments. I don't know where my open package is. I have a brand new one of this is the all the trimmings embellishments, and I'm going to add one of these stars to each tree. Whoops. One there, and one there. So let me know in the comments which you liked better, this front scene. Oh, we didn't even add our wreath. Let's add our wreath with a little dimensional as well. So you can let me know in the comments which one you like better. The one that has the smoke coming out of the house, or this closer up version with just the bow and not the one that goes all the way across. And then I will open both of them up. So they are big. There's this one and this one. Now to write on it, you could write at the top and the bottom of this layer, or you could simply write on the back as well. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you like my card. If you'd like to purchase any of the products I used, you can visit my blog, stampinstorytellers.blogspot.com, or message me directly and I can put in your order so that you can get the free host set, A Merry Hello. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you soon. Bye.